Hello again, internet friends, and welcome back to another episode of Post-Cold War Economics in Lithuania. I'm your host, Brian Cohen. This week I want to talk to you about a conversation I had with a friend of mine. He is a coach, and we were discussing how silly the online culture surrounding training has gotten. How melodramatic everything seems to be now, where if you don't lift weights, you're a low testosterone beta male, and if you do lift weights, you're a trad-pilled crusader and that type of stuff. Everything's just gotten so ridiculous, and people are waxing poetic about different things while they post videos of them lifting. And we also kind of discussed how we were guilty of that a little bit through our own efforts to advertise on social media, and how maybe we were part of the problem. But it made me think about the role of fitness and the role of being capable and healthy in the modern day life of the average person. And I wanted to share some thoughts with you on that, so that you're not deprioritizing training in your life and not being healthy and capable, but also so that we're not overly romanticizing our training and making it into something that it's not. And as everybody knows, the reason that we have to participate in this fake work is because we've outsourced pretty much every aspect of our lives. And so there's no more pails of water to carry from the stream. There isn't any wood to chop. You don't have to walk to work. And when you get to work, there's nothing really physically demanding for you to do there. And so the amount of exercise and activity that we need to stay healthy was met very easily by just doing the tasks that we had to do on a regular basis to live. And so outsourcing the majority of our lives has not only proved to be a terrible idea for our health and fitness, but it also has proven to be catastrophic for every other aspect of our lives, whether it be political, cultural, spiritual, philosophical. If you've been following me for any amount of time, I don't need to spend the next 4 hours explaining to you what I mean by that. But needless to say, we've got some problems in the country. And I think a lot of people have been talking about solutions to those problems, what's causing the problems, and that sort of thing. And they're starting to realize that these things have been a long time coming, and that they might be past the point of fixing. And so people are starting to look around and say, well, what can I do so that I can preserve my rights, my freedoms, and my privileges as an American? And they're starting to look more inward. They're not looking to the federal system. They're not looking to our institutions for hope. They're starting to realize that if I want to preserve my own rights and freedoms and quality of life, not just for myself, but for my kids and grandkids, I have to start changing my own situation. I have to start making decisions and taking action at a local level. And for a lot of people, they're starting to realize that I've got a lot of work to do, and one of the areas that they have work to do is with their own health and fitness. And so ultimately, as much as I love training, and a lot of the guys I work with do reach a certainly above average level of strength and conditioning, and they just love training so much that they want to continue to pursue an elite level of fitness. The point of lifting the weights and going on long rucks and trying to do sprints with a vest was so that you could then move on to these other areas of your life that were more important than just being strong and being in shape and being healthy. It was so that you could spread that culture to your kids and teach them that health and fitness is not something that you should pursue as a hobby. It should just be the norm of your life. You should be healthy and strong and capable as a matter of course, not as an exception. It was so that you could go on hikes and train with your local community, and you could go into rugged terrain and be able to manipulate that terrain to a large extent, so that that could be a resource to you when things got bad, instead of a liability that you had to be scared of. It was supposed to be so that you could then be healthy enough and strong enough to farm and take care of animals and build things and have this life that we were really supposed to have, but we just gave it up for ease and convenience. And I've said it before, fitness is a prerequisite to survival. But by nature, a prerequisite is not something that you stay on for the entire time that you're at college or in the military. You get the prerequisite done so that you can move on to the bigger and better and more important stuff. And so if you've gotten to the point where you're relatively strong and you're in good shape, fantastic. Continue to pursue that, but also start to move on to those other areas of your life where you feel need improvement. And don't allow your pursuit of fitness to become something that you can use as an identity or to stroke your ego or to make yourself feel better about the other aspects of your life that you're completely and totally unprepared with. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about this and maybe remind you to keep in mind the role of fitness. And even though it's wonderful, I love fitness, I'll always train, I've been in love with it since I was a kid. Don't let it become a priority where it shouldn't. Don't let it become a distraction, because there's a lot of other things that we need to do if we want to be prepared for the problems that are coming our way. Thanks for listening, and I will talk to you next time.